This video takes us all the way from Bowthorpe Road, close to the city centre, to the historic settlement of Bowthorpe, indicated by the yellow arrow, which has changed greatly from the 1970s onwards. This is the North Lodge of the Earlham Cemetery. Formerly farmland, the cemetery came into existence because the city's churchyards were at capacity, and this had led to the outbreak of disease. This is the North Lodge in 1997. The cemetery caters for all faiths, and this is the Jewish cemetery as seen from Bowthorpe Road. The building in the background is the mortuary chapel and is seen here in 2002. This building is part of the Julian Hospital, and when George Plunkett took this photo in 2001 it was described as the West Norwich Hospital Lodge. This is also part of the Julian Hospital. In 2001 it was described as officers, and in 1942 it was the Isolation Hospital. Hospital buildings on Bowthorpe Road would evolve from an original workhouse. Indeed, the road was once called Workhouse Lane. This is the location of the workhouse as seen today and at some undated point in the past. This is a side view of the workhouse from the west, Bowthorpe Road to the right behind those trees. This is its chapel, having been damaged by a gale in 1895. Bowthorpe Road crosses the ring road, and this is the view of that junction from Farrow Road in July 2023 compared to July 1933, 90 years before. Ivy Road is a residential, commercial and recreational area that was the site of the former Bowthorpe School. Elements of the school's legacy remain, including vast playing fields which now form a park, and even the school's running track set into a natural bowl for spectators. Back onto Bowthorpe Road we now see Gypsy Lane, but why are there two Gypsy Lanes, the other one over there where that van is pulling out? I'll try to offer an explanation using a map from 1912. The first Gypsy Lane in yellow had been partially developed by 1912. A continuation of it in green, back to what would become the Five Ways Roundabout, had been laid out. I say continuation because Bowthorpe Road in purple effectively terminated at this point, with its eventual onward route being just a farm track towards Upper Farm. This is that route towards what was Upper Farm as seen today, now a continuation of Bowthorpe Road. It's in yellow on this map from 1946. We'll now move on to Earlham Green Lane in green and 20 Acre Wood. This is 20 Acre Wood, which along with Bunker Hill Wood, which we'll see shortly, is maintained by the Friends of West Earlham Woods. This is Earlham Green Lane's junction with Larkman Lane, and beyond that as we head towards Bowthorpe is Bunkers Hill Wood, again maintained by the Friends of West Earlham Woods. And this is where Earlham Green Lane enters Bowthorpe, but only if you're on a bike, bus, taxi or walking. Although Bowthorpe is seen by most as a modern development, the original settlement is in fact recorded in the Domesday Book, centring around St Michael's Church and Bowthorpe Hall, in fact at this point as we see it in 2023. This is Bowthorpe Hall in 1978. It was originally built as a manor house and dates back to the 16th century. During the Second World War it was leased to the RAF. These are the remains of St Michael's Church. There had been a church on this spot, the highest point in the area, at the time of the Domesday Book. It had been enlarged in the 14th and 15th centuries, but it was gradually used less. It became used as a barn in the second half of the 16th century. Its roof collapsed in 1790 when it was finally abandoned. Restoration began in 1984, and it now forms part of the Bowthorpe Garden of Remembrance. A modern St Michael's Church was provided next to the original, and one of the schools in Bowthorpe also takes the name St Michael's. Bowthorpe also has this pub, now known as the Norquay, but previously Wardy's Real Ale Bar, and originally the Four Leaf Clover from 1979 until 1992. The main supermarket, now behind the pub and other buildings, is a branch of Roy's, but was originally Sainsbury's, who also provided the cheapest petrol for miles around, the petrol station now long gone.